Yo, hello, acting for my life. Wow, it feels great to be back. Anyways, today I'm gonna be talking about how to get into character. First off, we have to dispel the illusion of character. Usually when people say, I'm trying to get into character, they're usually thinking of some magical thing outside of themselves that they're somehow gonna grasp and then reach them and like create this new consciousness and this new mindset. When actually, that kind of sounds cool, but that's not how it works, okay? There is no such thing. It's practically impossible. We have to start looking at each character as being much closer to ourselves. So when you first approach a role or a character, what you gotta do is look for the similarities between you and the character, right? The most common mistakes that actors make is looking for the differences. They read the role, they read the script, they read this character, and they're like, oh wow, he's different, she's different. Oh, they're older than me. Oh, they're younger than me. Oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, he's a killer, she's a killer. I wouldn't do that. Well, I don't know, it's so different from me. Stop it, okay? Stop it right now. Look for the similarities. Look for human beings, there's so many aspects to you as a person that you can play literally any character, even if it's Hitler. I know that's crazy, but there's a little, I hesitate to say this, but it sounds a little silly, but there's a little Hitler in somebody. And here's what I mean by that. That there is something that will cause you to do something so far outside of who you think you are that, human beings are capable of doing anything, and our imaginations run very, very wild. We're capable of doing things that we never thought we would be able to do. Now, that's given in extreme circumstances. But see, here's the thing. Plays and films and television and movies are extreme circumstances. No one goes to the play, to the theater, or to the movies to see ordinary life. We want to see something extraordinary, something extreme, something out of this world, so to speak, right? So when you approach a character, look for the similarities. Now, this doesn't mean you can't be transformational. In fact, transformation is something that we aspire to as actors, right? It's the pinnacle of the art form of acting. Look at Daniel Day-Lewis. Look at Meryl Streep. Look at Christian Bale, right? I'm sure you guys know Christian Bale, the machinist. Now, transformation happens with externals, such as a limp, such as a body posture, such as a vocal affectation. If I were to speak like this, that's a vocal affectation, right? And that creates a different character. Now, I'm not trying to meditate my way into a character, but I'm just speaking like this. It sounds a little silly, but hey, it's a vocal affectation. Actors do it all the time, right? So transformation usually happens with externals. If you look at, a lot of the Oscar nominees or the Oscar winners, right, for best actors and best supporting actors or whatever, a lot of them were transformational roles because it's something that society and us as artists value, right? We value transformation. Daniel Day-Lewis in My Left Foot, Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln, right, playing Abraham Lincoln. Very transformational. It didn't seem like him. But those were external transformations. It has nothing to do with psychology or trying to emote or trying to wiggle your way into stop. That's psychobabble, right? It's not practical, right? We want practicality. We want something that you can easily access as an actor, right? Through rehearsal period or through your own practice. And you can do that through external transformation. Now that's, like I said, vocal affectation, physical affectation such as a limp, body posture, maybe a tic of some sort, a behavioral cue, right? We can do that, right? Those are things we can access easily in the moment, right? I can do this, and that says something about me. So transformation is external transformation, okay? And that's easy to do. Okay, so this brings me to my next point about being the definition of character. The 1640s English definition of character is the meaning sum of qualities that define a person or thing and distinguish it from another. So basically, a series of actions that a person does is essentially gives the illusion of character. So say you're, playing a role that's like manipulative or assaulting or something like that. Basically, if you play that role with a series of those different actions, the audience is going to make their own conclusion of who you are as an actor. Now, it's still you. Each character is still you, but the different actions that you take is what creates the character. And what is action? Action is doing, right? It's not about being, which most people think acting is. It's about doing. Acting is action. It's dynamism, right? It's dynamic. It's dynamic, right? So the actions that you form out in your script analysis, in your rehearsal process, in your own study, the actions that you take from scene to scene, whether it's verbal action, whether it's behavioral action, that's the series of that strung together, whether it's through film or TV or stage, is what creates that character, okay? And so here's the thing. The audience is going to do a lot of the work for you, right? You don't have to actually do much as an actor in terms of character. Now, don't get me wrong. Do the work. Do the script analysis. Do your objective and action work. Learn your lines as much as you can, obviously. But ultimately, it's you. You got cast for who you are as a person, your essence of you. So go out there, say the lines. David Mamet talks about this in his book, True and False, is that, like, really all you got to do is just be brave and say the lines, right? Say the lines. That's enough. Now, that's an oversimplification of what he's saying, but that's pretty much what he's saying. I highly suggest reading the book. It's a little different from a lot of other methodologies and stuff, but I think it speaks to how much we can strip off of our process. How much more we can simplify it. Another good book for that is A Practical Handbook for the Actor, right? And actually, one of my mentors and instructors is a co-author of that book. So, it's Practical Aesthetics, something that the Atlantic Theater practices, and the School of the Atlantic Theater practices and teaches. So that's my process has changed to be much more simple and practical, right? And I think at the end of the day, especially in the 21st century, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to go after, is being a practical actor, okay? So forget all the psychobabble bullshit and just be an actor. Say your lines, do your lines, commit to the action, commit to the behavior. So in conclusion, basically getting into character consists of script analysis, knowing your lines, understanding the given circumstances of the play, or the script, the screenplay, is understanding the given circumstances, which are the facts of the story, right? Where are you? Where is it taking place? What are the circumstances of your character? What are the circumstances of the society that you're in, right? Understand the story as much as you can and understand the place of your character within that story. And really, at the end of the day, just trust who you are, because you are enough. You, yes, you, are enough to be the character, right? Often we get into acting because we want to run away from something, at least from my point of view. A lot of it can be an escapist profession. And, something that I learned throughout the years of acting is that I learn more about myself if I just trust myself. And people get to know me more the more that I trust myself within my work, within outside of my work. So I challenge you to trust yourself and to believe that you are enough within your role, within your practice, within your art. And I challenge you to see how you feel and how people react when you just be you in your character. Anyways, much love. I hope this helps. Post some questions down in the comments below. I'd love to see what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, if there's another topic that you'd like for me to talk about, I'm passionate about this stuff and I really, really want to help you, okay? I'm here for you. Anyways, much love. Talk to you soon.